everybody, it's time to LOL. Listen out loud, that is. It's time for Anime Jam Session with DJ Ranma S., Mako-chan, and Ari Rockefeller.
Hey everybody, welcome to Anime Jam Session, episode number 629. We are that podcast talks about anime, games, conventions, the fandom, geek stuff, and everything in between. I'm DJ Ranma S.
And I am Mako-chan.
And Ari is out tonight, working the mid-shift, but he will be back next week. So now we got that together and so forth. Mako, how are you doing tonight?
I tire.
I'm not saying I'm at a point, but I just feel like I have all this weight on my shoulders. I don't feel tired by it, but it's like, okay, I guess I just walk with it, you know? There are times in your life where you get hit with so much crap that you just don't fall over. It just sits there. It's like as if the crap knows you're dealing, so it just lands gently, and you're still able to like balance it as you go through and do what you got to do and all that stuff, you know. Anywho, welcome to tonight's show, ladies and gentlemen. We are live tonight, week of March 16th, 2024, right here on Twitch TV, the day after taxes. I don't know about you, but I certainly did mine. And when you make more money, you get less back. That sucks.
Yes, it does.
But I did get enough back to basically pay off my PlayStation 5.
Yeah, mine basically paid for Zenkai-Con.
Fair enough. Don't forget, we're here live Tuesdays from 9 to 10:30 p.m. Eastern. We're here. You can always find us at Twitch TV/Anime Jam Session. We're also proud to be part of the Voice of Geeks Network at vognetwork.com. And I'll get into that in just a bit. And they're also on Twitch TV. You can find them at Twitch TV/Vog Network. They kick things off on Sundays at 8 p.m., starting with the Bobby Black Wolf Show. Then followed by Orange Lounge Radio at 9, who recently celebrated 1,000 episodes. And I have something to kind of kick towards Mako-chan's way about that. And don't forget to hang out in our Discord at vognetwork.com/Discord. Every show that's part of the Voice of Geeks Network has their own channel, so come through and hang out and talk. If you have something cool you want to discuss, bring it. Articles and all that cool stuff, hey, go for it. So now we got that out the way, we're going to kick things along with how was your day? How was your week? Mako-chan.
Not really a lot going on.
Mhm.
Not really a lot has been going on. Slowly collecting stuff to work on the house. But that's just about it.
Mhm.
I've got stuff for the shelves in my room. I've got some more stuff for the bar and lounge area. I just have to get some paint now.
Well, that's good.
Slowly, slowly, slowly.
Well, that's good. Well, we kind of have a rule on this show where we don't really talk about our personal lives per se, but if we do, we kind of keep it generic and not to get too personal. So let me tell you about the week, or I should say the weekend that I had. Now, I have mentioned on this show that I have been looking for a new apartment because basically the lease is up more or less. I mean, it's up, but the landlord wants everyone out so that he can renovate the whole house, gut it, clean, whatever, and give it to his kid. Yeah, that's fine. So I was supposed to move with the neighbors upstairs because they were going to get a house, and I would either get the first floor or the basement. There. All right. While they were doing that, I'm off doing my thing, you know, casually checking apartments and studios and so forth, just in case shit goes sour. And lo and behold, shit went sour. Long story short, the landlord thought that I had already moved out. The upstairs neighbors had moved. No, everybody had like their own little ulterior motive of what was going on. So I was told that I need not to worry since I have until July to find a place. Okay, fine, no problem. I wake up Friday morning in pitch blackness. And you're probably wondering how that happened. It's like that. It's like a scene where you wake up and you see pitch black and you go, "What the?" And the record scratches and stops. And you go, "You're probably wondering why I'm in a situation like this, or you're probably wondering what happened." So the day before, the upstairs neighbors moved out and canceled all of the utilities. Ain't that some shit?
I can't believe they didn't say anything.
Well, what's interesting is the wife was trying to gaslight me and change her story about everything, but whatever. I dealt with somebody who did that to me off and on for 15 years. I'm kind of immune to it. Keyword kinda. So, like, not even within the first 20 minutes, electricity's back on. It's in my name. Done. I could not figure out how to get the water on. Eventually, the neighbors across the next door, who are friends with the landlord, basically got the water back on, and that's great. So now I can shower and I can go to work. Granted, I didn't get into work till like close to 3 o'clock, but I just needed to go to work, because I don't mind working from home, but in a situation like this, I needed to go. So, Anywho, that's taken care of. And I spoke to the landlord. He's giving me time to move out of the place. He says he has a real estate company and he will look into it as well. Sometimes I think people just say things to kind of calm the situation. That's fine. I'm still doing my thing, I believe I am looking at a place tomorrow to see how that goes. But, all that aside, everything is said and done more for the most part. Sunday, as I'm getting ready to go out, I hear noise. Evidently, the former upstairs neighbors, they were coming back and collecting stuff, and they hired people to bring their washing machines up the flight of stairs. I'm just like, good luck with that. Mind you, the washing machine is still here. It's up one stair. Not, it's like, it's at that platform landing. Kind of crazy. So, for the most part, that's kind of okay, I guess. I don't know, I guess. Until yesterday morning, no, last night, I checked and I see there is a letter from the gas company. Okay. I figure since I'm the only one here, let's see what they have to say. Oh, they're shutting off the gas at the end of the month for non-payment of service. Guess how much the bill is?
How much?
$2,151.
Holy shit!
Oh, at one time the bill was almost $5,000.
Oh.
And because now that got knocked down to nothing because of a grant that came in through. Evidently, the upstairs neighbors were saying they were low income. There's a disabled child in the house. So basically, when it comes to utilities, if you tell them you have a disabled child in the house or you have life-saving equipment in the house, legally they cannot turn your services off. You can ring up a bill. They could put you on a different billing tier, but they just can't. And they were pulling that. So I will call them tomorrow and tell them, I am the only tenant in this place. I want to open my line of service. And that's great. Because that's what I was able to do with the electric. Because I know for a fact that bill is probably $4,000 and $5,000. I guarantee when that bill comes rolling in, it's going to be like $65 or $70. Because when I came in Saturday, I made sure to shut all the power to upstairs. I'm like, I'm not paying the electric. I'm not giving away free power. Nope, not happening. So right now, thanks to a friend of mine, she has been sending me links to rentals on Facebook Marketplace, which I think is kind of sketch. I've been checking online through some sites, and she's been sending me stuff through TikTok. I'm just like, TikTok, really? probably more than likely come Saturday. I'm just gonna go down to a couple of real estate places and be like, "What you got?" That's it. That's all I'm gonna do. I don't mind moving. I really don't. It's just having to pack stuff up and move it, which is why I'm ordering boxes this week, and I'm gonna start packing stuff away. And most likely, I'm gonna pack all my video games and all my movies and DVDs because I have streaming services that I can use, and I have a ton of games on my downloaded games I can play. And I'm like, well, shit, my Switch is right there with the game cards, even better. So in a way, it's kind of chaotic, but at the same time, I kind of got this all figured out and stuff like that, So, yeah, I'm not too worried. And hold on. For those of you who are like, why am I saying hold on? I am actually opening my curtain a little bit because it's a little hot in here. And I just need, and my computer is right by the window, so I needed to open the window a little more to get some better cool air and all that cool stuff. So now that we got that all out the way, now you know what's been going on. Some people will probably be like all cracked out, and I'm like, well, it's all going to work out one way or another. So I am not too worried about that. So, there's that. So now we got that out the way, we'll get into our housekeeping news. If it all go through. All right. I probably didn't tap it hard enough. And for some reason, somebody on Telegram is calling me. I'm just like, I don't know you. That's not your purse, So now we got that out the way. We'll give you some updates. Don't forget, episodes of Anime Jam Session are available immediately on our podcast feed right after the show, usually before 11 o'clock, no later than midnight tonight. And the video format is available on our YouTube page at youtube.com/Anime Jam Session. Those episodes go up Thursday at 12 p.m. So definitely check those out. You just click on podcast and all the episodes are there. Well, not all of them, but the episodes we've been doing more or less since we've been on Twitch for the most part. And I need to there we go. I need to properly readjust the light over here. That's good. And don't forget, our second convention of the year is coming through. Castle Point Anime Convention, April 27th to the 28th at the Secaucus Expo Center in Secaucus, New Jersey. So come hang out. It's a chill little con. A Go-Go Curry will be there. I need my fair share of curry and some cool stuff. So definitely come through and hang out. And now we're going to get into the next part of our show, which is Geek Roundtable. And as Mako-chan shows off her cool thing, I got to run to the little boy's room. I am so sorry. I'll be right back.
Yeah, so showing off one of the last things that I got from ZenkaiCon. This was gifted to me by a huge asshole, but we won't talk about that. But yeah, so this is Kurama from Yu Yu Hakusho. This is the demon form. So yeah, he is, part of my collection of pretty boys now. And yeah, so this set does have the human Kurama to go with it, so I'm gonna have to look for that, so I have both of them. But Kurama is best boy.
Gee, I wonder why.
It's the hair.
You like them long-haired freaks.
I like them long-haired, white-haired freaks.
Well, pin a rose on your nose.
I mean, he could technically do that, but okay. Anyway, gigantic asshole, what do you have today?
Who are you calling a gigantic asshole?
The person that got me this?
Well, he must be one rich motherfucker. I'll tell you that much.
He's just a gigantic asshole.
I didn't know he was related to Dennis Leary.
Well, he's got Dennis Leary's approval.
Yeah, that sounds like a really nice guy.
Sure.
Okay, so I finished watching Classroom of the Elite season 3, and that was really good. If you like an anime where it's basically mind games and tactics and stuff like that in a high school setting, you'll enjoy it. So, and she can get a little deep in the series, so especially season 3, so that was good. I am continuing my rewatch of Hokkaido Girls Are Super Adorable, the dub, and I was telling my friend Al Crea that according to Crunchyroll logic, if you're from Hokkaido, you sound like you're from Minnesota.
I mean, I guess I can see it.
It just caught me off guard. But then again, when I was in the dub of Ranma One Half, Tadawake Kuno has a Shakespearean-esque accent. I was just like, well, damn, you know.
Well, I mean, look at how they portray everybody from Osaka.
That means I have to rewatch Azumanga Daioh.
Yeah, everybody from Osaka has a southern accent.
I'll take that, because when I was in Osaka, I couldn't tell, but then again, I wasn't really paying attention to accents and stuff, which maybe I should do next time I go to Japan. So
It's a little bit more difficult to get accents when you don't necessarily understand the language.
true. It's just more like what they're saying and so forth, you know. That I get.
Yeah.
So let's see, what is that? Oh, that's my TV in the background. Never mind. So there's that. I'm really enjoying it. It's Hokkaido Girls is super dope. It's not really a harem anime per se. I mean, but the elements are there. It's more of a romance slice of life style, you know? It's like usually when you watch the harems, like the relationships are already defined by the end of the series, and or their fight. It's just like a slow build up. If you ever watch Komi Can't Communicate, that slow type of build, it's like that, but at 1.5 speed. You know, it's really nice. I mean, there is some teasing, but it's very lighthearted. So you know, so it's good. And also, I have here another figurine that I have received in the mail. But if you can't figure it out from the reflection, it is yet another Rem figure from ReZero. And one thing I like about Otaku Mode, they will wrap the figure in bubble wrap and use good packing tape to make sure it's properly packed and sealed. And then it's wrapped in paper, like brown wrapping paper, and they're put in the box. I think only once I had an issue with their packing because the box got wet. And thankfully, because of how they wrapped everything, it was fine. It was not so bad. It was perfect, and it was completely, intact. Which one thing is, if you know how to properly take the tape off of the bubble wrap when they send it to you, you can always reuse that bubble wrap. Well, I'm gonna put that over here.
I reuse all of my bubble wrap.
I think when I go back to Japan again, I'm going to put a roll of bubble wrap in my luggage.
That would work.
Yeah, to make things easier to send back. Now, granted, the box is a little bent, but I'm perfectly okay with it. It's kind of bent, not as bent as the boxes of stuff that I got from Japan, but when I went there. So this is the Corful renewal variant of the Rem figure, and like in a Chinese style, dress with a high waist.
That's a cute outfit.
It is. I kind of like it. Really cool. That will go into the back. Which reminds me, like I said, I think the easiest part for me when it comes to packing would be all of the video games. It's just the larger boxes where all the figurines and slowly like disassembling, like reassembling everything back into their boxes. That's going to be fun. All right. Now that we got that out the way, we're gonna get into tonight's articles. So let's see. Mako, you want to kick things off and go back and forth?
Yeah, I'll take the first one.
I think the first one is kind of your fandom.
Yeah, that's right up there. So for those that have not heard yet, they have announced the voice for Shadow in the Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie, and that voice is being done by Keanu Reeves.
Whoa.
So multiple sources have reported that, and he will be. So the casting comes less than a week after Paramount screened footage from Sonic the Hedgehog 3 during its CinemaCon presentation, which revealed that Dr. Robotnik would be responsible for creating Shadow the Hedgehog. So yeah, it's not his first go round of voice acting. But yeah, so I mean, basically everybody's coming back. We'll have all of the same voices, and yeah, I'm just really surprised that they went with Keanu.
That makes
have
two
to
of
say.
us. I can't really see it. Honestly, I think Idris Elba would have made a better Shadow.
Yeah, I wish that they kind of had switched them.
I don't know. I don't think Keanu would be a good Knuckles though. I don't know. I can't.
I think I would have liked his voice better as Knuckles, though. But yeah, I mean, they're just gonna, continue printing money for this movie. So,
Well, from my understanding, the filming is already done and it's coming out at the end of the year.
that I hadn't heard about. I know that Knuckles is done.
Yeah, that's actually going. I think that's coming out in less than 2 weeks.
Yeah, Knuckles is coming out on the 26th, and it looks like Sonic the Hedgehog 3 is going to be the Christmas movie out. So that's coming out December 20th.
Yeah, that's why I thought, you know.
Yeah, so I mean, I guess we'll see. It's just, I mean, as much as I like Keanu, it's not the voice that I really think about. But I mean, they're probably thinking of Keanu as John Wick, not Keanu as, from Bill and Ted. I mean, I got a lot of Keanu voices to, think about.
It's got to be it's got to be his John Wick voice, but a little bit darker, you know. It's got to be just deep, you know.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll see.
That reminds me, I actually have to finish Sonic Prime.
I didn't watch that one.
I will say this. It is the closest to Saturday Morning Sonic we will get in a modern age. And also, Tails would have been your boyfriend in high school.
Why do you say that?
Well, in one of the dimensions in Sonic Prime, Tails is an angry emo kid that wears basically Jinko jeans. Well, not Jinko jeans, but trip pants.
I don't know.
And he's still intelligent as fuck all, but he hates everybody. He's full of angst, and he wears black.
Okay, maybe.
All right. Next time I come over, I'm going to have to show you an episode of that. Okay.
Oh, look, and this one is right up for you.
Well, yeah, it's basically two. Well, I won't say it's two of my favorite fandoms, but Yuru Camp is really fun. I mean, it's a really good slice of life. I think you would like it.
I've watched a couple of episodes of that
Yeah,
one.
and
It was
by
cute. It
yeah,
was just a little, I don't know. The problem with a lot of slice of lives is that it's just a little slow.
yeah. Now that it's all on Crunchyroll now, I can watch the dub of it. 'Cause I was watching it, you know, subtitled, but now I'll check out the dub of it. And the opening theme is really good. Oh, and speaking of themes, on a side note, Hokkaido girls are super adorable. The opening and end themes, it's near criminal how amazing those tracks are, you know? They slap so hard. I mean, in my opinion, it's far and few you can watch an anime where the opening and the end theme are just as good as the opening and end theme, you know? So
Hmm.
anywho, we're gonna talk about Laid Back Camp or the original title Yuru Camp and Love Live Sunshine. They're going to join forces in Shizuoka for sightseeing collaborations. That reminds me, when I was in Japan, I had I figured out where Numazu is, where the Yohane the Parhelion anime takes place, and I realized how long it would take me to get there. I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna bother. I will say this: if Yohane took the train, it that's a very long ride. That's all I can say. But what's interesting is both of these animes do take place around the Shizuoka prefecture. And starting this month, the two shows are going to join forces to promote their shared settings, which is really cool. And an image has been released where it shows Chika and Nadishko just sitting out at a campfire, cozy and really nice. What's interesting is Yuru camp. It's like winter camping of sorts because they're all wearing coats and stuff like that. Not my type of camping, but it's all good in the hood. Basically, the characters from both shows will team up for an encounter view image series featuring notable venues across the prefecture. The first three pictures that have been images that have been released show sites from Shizuoka's western region. There are six more that have been released that shows images from the central and eastern regions. The art's drawn by Kamone Fuyuno, who will be available as illustration cards at the venues that they picture at starting next month, which is kind of cool. And there's one image where it shows them, you know, in kimonos walking by an imperial palace, which is really nice. There are going to be lots of activities that they're working on. You're going to have a chance to do a stamp rally showing tourist destinations across Shizuoka. 18 new stamps have been designed, and an illustration will also be available on goods such as clear files and pins. And that's cool. And there is an official website, meetshizuoka.jp. You go there for further updates at meetshizuoka.jp. So I think that's kind of cool. And as much as it mostly is in Japanese, I wish a lot of these sites would have like an English translation because there's going to be a lot of us weebs traveling to Japan for this. Me, not so much, but you get what I mean.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, moving right along. Possible live action Naruto cinematic universe. Believe it? What? I wow.
Yeah, I don't know where they're getting this, but hey.
Mm.
So, a producer of the live action Naruto movie reveals the potential of a possible Naruto cinematic universe in a comment made at CinemaCon. So, the movie's producer, Adam Fogelson, briefly teased the possibility of an entire cinematic universe based around a character, with the producer revealing there were endless possibilities for future chapters. He made the comments during Lionsgate's presentation at CinemaCon. Um, as film executives recognized anime's transcendent potential at CinemaCon, one of the major names making the case for this medium was Crunchyroll, saying that anime fans are an incredibly diverse audience. They don't age out, their fandom endures. They are everywhere around you. Their influence is only going to get better. Anime is not coming, anime is already here. And they point out, how much of the world market is, you know, other than Japan.
Mm-hmm.
I think they came up with 49 point something percent of the total market of anime is outside of Japan. I think that's the last thing that I had read about that.
Well,
Which,
damn.
not for nothing, that's, showing just how wide and diverse the anime market has become. Which, not for nothing, is pretty damn cool. So they highlighted that the total anime market right now is projected to hit 37 billion. However, unfortunately, some animated studios and animated producers think that anime as a medium is not going to last,
Mm.
especially when you are looking at anime mediums that are now becoming live action.
You know what? Not every anime needs to have a live action adaptation. Not
I,
everything.
I completely agree with
Yeah.
that. But I think the thinking is that if you can do live action with it, then there's no point in doing an anime with it. And I
It dep
kind of get that
Yeah.
because, I mean, yes, there are a lot of, special effects and everything like that from, ages. You've got all the little tips and tricks and everything like that. But the digital versions of all of those tips and tricks
Mm-hmm.
have become so good lately. Not perfect. I'm not saying they're perfect, but they've become so good lately that things that you would notice, and think of in anime that could never happen in a live action version,
Yeah.
we're getting to that point. So, is it possible that a lot of these creators that are looking at things and going, I'm going to put it in this medium because the technology is not out there yet to make it live action? Are they looking at all of this stuff and going, well, now I can make it live action?
Which is which is part of the reason why it took so long for Battle Angel to become a reality. Because as it was said, James Cameron was waiting for the technology to be there.
Well, that's the same thing with Avatar.
Mm-hmm.
It took him years to put that movie out because he was creating the technology and all of that as he was doing it. Which is kind of the same thing with Titanic. Like, he's really big into trying to make things, as cinematically pretty as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the type of person that will wait until he can bring his vision to life.
Right.
If it takes 10 fucking years to do it.
True. And to go back to what you said about live action, I was thinking Spy Family would make for a really nice live action series in prime time. It could work. I see them actually aging up Anya by a few years, but other than that, I can see that as like an hour long drama. I could see that. And I could also see them, well, I think it would work better if they kept it within that time period per se, you know?
Hmm.
So I don't think like maybe a modern take on it could work. I mean, like they're still doing Bond films. You still got Mission Impossible films. So theoretically, but I like the nostalgic of that era, the style, the aesthetic. You know, I think that would be kind of cool.
Yeah, I mean, there's
Mm-hmm.
always going to be a need for
Mm-hmm.
anime and
Yeah.
animation. Um, but I think, especially when you're, looking at a country like the US,
Mm-hmm.
it's not something that people have grown up with, having all of these animated series for various age groups.
Right.
But now you have our generations that do have all of, I mean, we grew up with The Simpsons,
Yes.
and The Simpsons grew up with us. And so, then we've got all of the other animated series that came after that, like American Dad and Family Guy and Futurama, that shows that animation doesn't have to go back to children. And, maybe there is a way for, animation to kind of go past everybody's thinking of it just being a children's medium.
Hmm.
I hope so. I like anime. I like the medium of, because you can be creative with it. You don't have to just, draw something and make it look like a kid's show. You can, but you don't have to. I mean, some of the artists you know, create textures and things like that and make it a really artistic medium and storytelling because of that.
Makes sense. I look forward to what we some of the change what's coming down the line and so forth.
Yeah, so I mean, we'll see where it all goes.
All right. Let's get into this. Now, this is something I'm kind of excited for, and I think I actually have the comics from back in the day in my bin. You know, there back in the day, if I'm not mistaken, Marvel actually did a GI Joe and Transformers crossover, which I thought was pretty cool. I remember reading them as a kid, but the books are still sealed up, and those I don't know if there's I don't know what the value is, but there's more of a sentimental value to me. So, anywho, let's get into this. So, also from CinemaCon 2024, Paramount Pictures has confirmed that there's going to be a movie featuring the Transformers and GI Joe. Steven Spielberg is the executive producer for the upcoming film. It looks like, let's see if I'm not mistaken here, the producers from Transformers Rise of the Beast are returning for the crossover film. That is Lorenzo di Bonaventura, Mark Vaharidian, Michael Bay, Tom DeSanto, and Don Murphy. Which I did see Transformers Rise of the Beast. It takes place, I think, in the 90s. It was actually really good, you know? And there it is. The idea of the crossover is based on Marvel's G.I. Joe and the Transformers comics from 1987. That's going to be really cool. The last film, Rise of the Beast, is the first film in a planned trilogy from Paramount Pictures' live-action Transformers franchise. It opened in 2023 of June, delayed almost 1 year from its original June 22 date. It earned about $60.5 million in almost 4,000 theaters its opening weekend in the US. The film opened in Japan that August under the title Transformers Beast Kakusei. The Transformers Earthspark animated series debuted exclusively on Paramount Plus in the US of November of 2022 and on Paramount Plus and select Nickelodeon channels internationally. And it's only 26 episodes. This is gonna be pretty cool. I kind of like that, so I think it's gonna be kind of fun. Now, part of me kind of wants to go digging and pull those books out. But I think if I pull the books out, the books might fall apart. I don't know.
Yeah, you just wait until you're actually packing them up to find them.
Well, I mean, I've not when I pack them up. I'm not gonna go digging for them because they're in comic bin boxes as it is. But one of the things I plan to do is like once I'm all settled in, I'm gonna go through my books and just replace all the bags and boards that need to be replaced. So, and I think that's something you're supposed to do every so often.
Yeah, it really depends on who
Yeah.
you talk to.
Yeah. I mean, some of my books have been damaged over the years because of other people who have been keeping tabs on them don't. So I found myself throwing out some books. I've actually given some books away and stuff like that because I'm like, I'd rather give them away to people who actually appreciate them as opposed to selling them. I could probably get maybe like $300 for my entire collection. Anywho, this is something that's also right up your alley as well.
Yeah. I'm a little bit confused with it, but okay. So yeah, so Hello Kitty's Sanrio is going to be collaborating with Tamagotchi
Mm-hmm.
on a new model. There's two models coming out. It's Uni and Nano. And they're based on the Popular Kittens design. Both are set to be released this summer for the 50th anniversary of Hello Kitty. So the Tamagotchi Uni Sanrio characters device, it's one with a Tamaverse ticket and one without a Tamaverse ticket. And I think that is like you have a device and you are able to do downloads and stuff for it. Like you're able to upload new things. I don't know. I'm not hip with the new Tamagotchi. I just, kill it anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But yeah, so that particular one is going to be released on July 13th. The Uni is modeled after Hello Kitty, colored red and pink,
Cool.
featuring ribbons and a milky red band. Owners of the Tamagotchi Uni pink, purple, and or blue can purchase the Tamaverse Ticket Sanrio characters to download the characters to their device. The Uni is priced at $70.
Woo! That's a lot of money.
Yeah, meanwhile, the Tamagotchi Nano will cost $20. That is also coming in two models, red and white or blue and white. And those models are also to ship in July. So I get, yeah. So the Uni is. I know we talked about it before. The Uni is the wristband.
Yes.
So it's the larger one. It has a larger capacity. So I guess you're able to hook it up to something to download things.
Wi-Fi and stuff like that.
Yeah. So that's the one that you're going to get a lot of, the Hello Kitty looking accessories and things like that. The Nano is your traditional Tamagotchi.
And let me guess, you're going to try to get your hands on one of these.
Probably not.
Oh, okay. I know there's a few people on my Facebook that would probably want one.
Yeah, I don't think my character would be in there, and if Bats isn't in there, there's really no point for me.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't mention bats, but not them not mentioning Choco Cat doesn't surprise me though.
Yeah, so on top of that, you've got all the Hello Kitty, McDonald's things, uh the collaboration with uh Yu-Gi-Oh is
Mm-hmm.
in Canada now. Supposedly that's supposed to be coming to the States too.
I'm not here. I haven't heard anything about that. I heard it was supposed to come out at the same time in Canada, but if you look around online, this month's Happy Meal kids toys are Just Dance. So
Yeah. So I guess we'll, see once it actually comes out.
well, at least it's not like the My Little Pony figures where I was going around, buying them left and right and getting sets for people. I mean, then again, Princess Twilight Sparkle still sits on my desk, so
Yeah. Princess Twilight Sparkle is at my work desk.
there you go. I think I have one at my work desk too. I know my mini Barrett figure is up there, so I gotta double check. I should actually put the Ginzui show up there on my work display, so we'll see.
Yeah.
And
And
it's
for the 50th anniversary, the start of the character rankings for Sanrio has also started.
does that happen like every year or something like that?
It does happen every year, but with it being the 50th
Mm-hmm.
anniversary, there's no telling what, you know, is going to be going on with it at this point.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so far, you know, we'll see who wins. I know my boy won't, so it don't
Mm-hmm.
matter.
He'll be all right.
It's all right. I'll go cuddle with my evil penguin later.
Or be a scatterbrain choco cat.
No, I'll cover. I'm gonna cuddle with my evil penguin.
And now for our last article of the night, we're going to talk about Spy Family clothing collaboration, which normally I would say is going to be in a store chain where they don't carry type fat ass. So, but in my case now I'm type fat ass -20, so there's that. But then again, I just bought like 3 WWE shirts, and UPS in their infinite wisdom decided to drop it off at one of their UPS drop off locations. I'm just like, seriously? But anywho, this time we're getting a Spy Family collab from US apparel brand Bait. But it's gonna be all about Anya. For the most part. Now, Bait has previously collaborated with Domo, Naruto, and One Piece. They just released their new line of t-shirts, sweaters, and hoodies starring the Forgers. The central figure of this collection will definitely be Anya, our favorite little child psychic who becomes a hot mess trying to figure things out. But she will be appearing on every single clothing either with Lloyd, Yor, Bond, or by herself. The series consists of 6 different items, and the prices are between $40 and $80. Whew, that's a lot of money. But then again,
Licensing, woohoo!
say what?
Licensing, woohoo!
Oh, I know. I mean, you're talking to somebody that's dropped $60 twice on an LTT hoodie, okay? I got the regular hoodie and I got the pro hoodie. I'm just glad I was able to get the Swacket at like $40 when it was on sale, so anyhow. Those who wish to see the collection in person are in luck because Bait has physical locations. LA, Seattle, San Francisco, Portland, and San Diego are just an example. You can also check out the items on their website as well, which is baitme.com and it /bait-products. And you can see what they have there on their website. And let me see if I can find a location, see if they have something, because that would be nice to kind of go in and see what they have. So I'm not seeing anything on their site about official location. Oh, there we go. They have it under the about, not a separate section for stores. Really? Really? Whose crackpot idea was that? Come on, come on, come on. I'm waiting for the damn site to load because I don't know. And I'm actually going to go to Google Maps to see if I can find a bait retail store. Let's see, bait retail store. No, I get bait and tackle shops. That's kind of funny. And of course, the link is down for that wonderful.
Sounds about right.
I know. For those of you who don't know about Spy Family, here's a little summary of the show. It began as a comedy manga created by Tetsuya Endo. The series follows the day-to-day lives of an expert spy called Agent Twilight, who is a deadly assassin named Yor, and the couple's telepathic daughter Anya, and their dog named Bond. Assuming the innocent guise of the family next door, the Forgers work to maintain world peace in cooperation with the main intelligence division of their home nation, Westalis. Anya's hijinks, both at home and in school, are often played up for the laughs in the series. The gray crewneck sweater in Bates' collection even pays tribute to one of them. As shown in the description of the picture that they have for this, it shows an image of Anya, and above the words it says "Killer Shot, Starcatch Arrow." Dedicated Spy Family fans will immediately recognize this as a callback to an episode where Anya plays dodgeball in gym class. Now, the main plot of Spy Family focuses on Operation Strix, a scheme Twilight designs in order to get close to an elusive politician named Donovan Desmond. As part of his plan, Twilight enrolls Anya in an elite private school called Eden Academy. While Twilight tries to keep his plans hidden from Anya, she knows all about them because of her psychic abilities and tries her best to help by doing well in class and attempting to get along with the politician's youngest son, Damien. As time passes, Twilight, Yor, and Anya form a genuine familial bond to help see them through all of life's challenges. And that's pretty cool. And don't forget, we have Spy Family Code White. It has premiered in Japan back in December, and it's coming out this weekend, I believe. So that's going to be pretty cool. And I believe some tickets are still available. Yes, April 19th, you'll be able to find it in theaters across the country. Spy Family Code White. And just so you know, the Bates Spy Family apparel collections are currently available in both in-store and online, which I've yet to been able to pull up the website link to see what retail stores there are. The manga is available in English by Viz Media, and you can watch the series, the anime, on Hulu and Crunchyroll. And a reference back to the Tamagotchis, Cedarberry says, it looks like the Tamaverse unis have a VR layer to it. Well, this explains why it's a little pricey. And now that we got that out the way, we're up to the part of the show that y'all really like more than anything else. Meanwhile, in Japan. And I think I know which article I am going to take, since there's only two.
Okay, which one are you taking?
The top one, the first one.
Okie dokie.
Mm-hmm. So the first story in Meanwhile in Japan that we're going to talk about is, and I think this is something we might have mentioned before because it sounds kind of familiar, about Osaka's creepy cute mascot. The mascot speaks for the first time, and it adds more fuel to the creepy or cute debate. And the name of the mascot is Miyaku Miyaku. Basically, y'all know that kawaii has come to be a pretty well-known word outside Japan, especially among those with interest of cute aspects of Japanese pop culture. But there is so much cuteness in Japan. Oh, let's see, what was I got? The cuteness in Japan that kawaii has a number of linguistic variants. One of them is kimo kawaii, better known as creepy cute. It's for aesthetics that are a mix of unsettling and adorable elements. Kimo Kawaii seems to be what the organizers of the upcoming Expo 2025 World Expo in Osaka are going with the event's mascot character, Miyaku Miyaku. It's a humanoid something with a blue body with a red ring of bulbous growths encircling its face. Some of those growths have eyes, and the rest either don't or simply closed up. This character selection as Expo 2025's mascot has been a divisive one, but it's only hard to deny that the many eyeballed character is helping to draw eyes to the event as it enters the late stage of preparations. But as of I believe last week, what's getting special attention now is not how Miyaku Miyaku looks, but how the character sounds, as there's been a special video released on their official Twitter page for the character's voice. And people were quite surprised. The character says hello and a barely audible voice before positive reaction from the in-video crowd gives the mascot the courage for a bigger, more energetic go at the greeting. In contrast, the contrasting Kimo Kawaii nature of Miyaku Miyaku's visual design, the creature's voice is 100% kawaii, bursting with innocent, youthful energy. Miyaku Miyaku even throws into a giddy little twirl, showing that the creature has another eye that we can't see from the front. Okay. It is on its butt. Talk about seeing behind.
Mm-hmm.
The video also reveals that while Miyaku Miyaku has a lot of eyes, they do seem to all be in emotional coordination with one another, which is kind of cool. Kind of like that. So much like the character when first revealed, there's been a wide range of reactions if hearing Miyaku Miyaku's voice for the first time, and people on Twitter have various things to say, like it can talk. I'm starting to come around on Miyaku Miyaku's cuteness. This is the first time I thought Miyaku Miyaku is cute. Then there were others who were not too fond of the character, such as comments such as, I think Miyaku Miyaku ate a little girl's brain and is copying her knowledge and capabilities. It's kind of gross how it's obviously trying to act cute. I'm looking forward to the expo, but I can't bring myself to like the mascot. In addition to Expo's 2025 Twitter account, Miyaku Miyaku's speaking voice was also revealed as a part of a presentation for various updates related to the event, after which the character appeared on stage to greet the audience. The presenter also said that from today on, Miyaku Miyaku will probably be remembering a lot of different words in order to communicate. So odds are we'll be hearing more from the mascot in the run-up to Expo 2025's opening in April of next year. And that's kind of cool. Odd, but cool.
Yeah, I was listening to the little clip, and it's not the voice I thought would be coming out of that thing.
All right. Mako, it is on you.
Okie dokie. So, some Disney princesses are getting an official new look. There is a manga princess cafe that is opening up in Tokyo. And while that might not seem too shocking, the princesses are going to be of the Disney variety.
Hmm.
So they are redesigning 5 of the princesses, and uh, the so it's going to be the Disney Manga Princess Cafe.
Hmm.
And it's going to consist of Snow White, Cinderella, Belle, Ariel, and Tiana.
Hmm. That's cool.
And they are all mangafied. They all have, the big wide anime eyes. They've all got the really teeny tiny nose and the, surprised, oh my gosh, mouth. But yeah, so the pop-up restaurant is hosted by the Oh My Cafe space within the Shibuya 109 building in downtown Tokyo. As you can guess, the food is festively colorful, from the sliced ham and vegetable pasta that comes with your choice of princess sauce.
Wow.
And those sauces are pink, red, green, blue, and yellow. To the pink curry with heart-shaped rice and your choice of princess decorative picture. To the fruit toast. There's also a lineup of beverages with milk or yogurt bases, and the flavor depends on the princess. So, strawberry is for Snow White, watermelon for Cinderella, banana for Belle, peach for Ariel, and melon for Tiana.
Hmm.
Plus, there's iced tea, which comes in a special decorative bottle. Obviously, this is, a cafe, so there is going to be merch featuring the new updated animation. Ariel has a little picture of Flounder with her, so that's kind of cute. Belle has has Beast's Rose. So the whole thing is really adorable.
It does look nice though, I'm not gonna lie.
So you do have to have reservations to go. And then there is a service charge of 700 yen or
Mhm.
$4.60 per diner. And as long as you order anything on the menu, you will get a sticker set for one of the princesses, and that is selected at random. There are also coasters, drink bottles, stirring spoons, keychains, compact mirrors, drawstring pouches, handkerchiefs, carabiner clip pouches, commuter pass cases, plastic clear files, and round memo pad tins. So your food and drink are looking at 2,090 yen for pasta or curry, 1,590 yen for fruit toasts, 1,190 yen for the character drinks, and 790 yen for the iced tea. This will be opening April 26th and running through June 9th, and reservations can be made at the Oh My Cafe website. It's very cute.
I'm actually doing a quick conversion. Like the 2090 for the pasta or the curry, that's $13.51.
Bad.
It looks a little pricey, but given you're paying more for what it is, that's not so bad
Yeah,
though.
you're paying for the license that you're
Yeah.
eating the food.
Hmm. And my bag of coffee candy just fell.
Oops.
I just reached over to pull one out to eat, and I just heard the entire bag just fall.
Oops. And I'm looking at the picture of the pink curry with heart-shaped rice,
Yeah.
and it looks like a very clear curry.
Hmm.
So I'm wondering if it's more like a fruit summer gazpacho kind of thing instead of a traditional curry. but it's cute merchandise, and I kind of want some of it.
I had a feeling you would.
Yeah, I kind of want that bottle. I'm on there, and the spoons are really cute. I'm not even a spoon collector, and those are freaking cute.
Cool, cool.
But yeah, that bottle is cool.
All right. Looks like it's coming about to be that time. And before
Yes, it is.
yeah, and before we get into that, I forgot to mention this at the top of the show, but I'm gonna bring it up now. So I mean, I did mention that Orange Lounge Radio celebrated 1,000 episodes, and we're actually on the road. We've done 629 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah. But so I call into the show to do my toast, and I had a little bit of Tito's left over, so I'm just like, might as well knock it out for them. I think somebody clipped it, and if you were watching OLR and you clipped when I called in and where Rob mentioned the paddle, please send me the link. I might have to check the channel and see if someone linked it. So I don't know how we got to the point of talking about paddles or something like that. I think Rob said something about being spanked. I left the skirt. I left. I said, hold on. I went into my drawer, came back with my Dean's paddle, and he just had this expression. I'm just like, got it right here. And then he mentioned something about wanting you, Mako-chan, to spank him.
Why me?
Why not?
And again, I say, why me?
Maybe because you're his official fruit fly. Or one of his many fruit flies.
Yeah, it's just like one of many.
Yeah. I mean, don't you want to spank your gay boyfriends?
Not really.
Even if they ask for it?
Not really. At least not with a paddle.
Oh my.
What? If I'm being given permission, I want to slap them. I don't want to have to use a paddle. Anyway.
Yeah, I think we're at that time where we gotta go.
Yeah.
If you like tonight's show, tell a friend. They in turn will tell another friend, and so on and so forth. We're independent bloggers. We're independent podcasters. We do this for the fun of it. So what we like and don't like, we'll straight up tell you. If you have any questions about the show, drop us a line at podcast@animejamsession.com. Again, that is podcast@animejamsession.com. We're here to believe you. And while you're at it, check out our website at animejamsession.com, where you will find our weekly podcast, anime reviews, editorials, cosplay tips and tricks, cosplay interviews, links to our convention coverage and videos and photos, and all that, so much more at animejamsession.com. And don't forget to sub to our podcast. You can find it on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor FM. If you're just tuning in and listening to us and you want to check out some older episodes, check out whatever you use for finding podcasts and search Anime Jam Session. And what's cool is some of these apps have a section for leaving reviews, so if you want to throw us a review, we'd appreciate that too. A little bit goes a long way. Let's see, what else do we have here? Our social media, YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook. It's all Anime Jam Session. Follow us on our socials so you know when we're going live, when we have new articles up, photos, and videos. By the way, ZenkaiCon 2024 convention report should be going up this week. Photos are coming up this week. I hope to have video going up next week, and I have some cool stuff with that, so I can't wait to show that to all of you. And if you're watching live with us, Down below is our links to our tip jar. So if you want to click on it, you can throw money at us through Stream Elements, Streamlabs, Ko-Fi. You can cheer us on with bits in the chat. You can sub to the channel and give gift subs and so forth. We really appreciate all of that. So now we're going to go around the room. Last words. Is that it? Yes, last words. Mako-chan.
Saturday. For those that celebrate the holiday.
Oh,
Take
yeah.
yourself. Take care of yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I will be sitting.
My last words, because of that, I'll have to go with this. Puff, puff, pass. Well, that is it. End of list. We'll be back next week with a brand new episode. Hopefully we'll all be here. Will you be here? We hope that you are. So, I think we're done here. So, I think we're done here. So, anywho, I'm Ranma.
And I am Mako-chan.
Great fight, great night. See you next week.
Good night.
Say goodnight, Mako-chan.
Good night, Mako-chan.
Awesome. Perfect. We're out of here. See you all next week.
This podcast has been a production of Anime Jam Session and AJS Productions. No fanboys and fangirls were hurt, maimed, shot, electrocuted, or pistol whipped in this episode. For now. The views, opinions, and thoughts expressed on this show do not reflect the staff or the network as a whole. But we're still right, damn it. For transcripts of this episode, start typing. Check us out at animejamsession.com and vognetwork.com for more information about us and other programming. Jamatane!